All right, this is an unboxing video for this, and I'm gonna put it to the test, see how well it works. Just a lead melting pot, really, so I don't have to use the furnace, and mainly so I don't have to use up the graphite crucibles, because you know those get eaten up quick enough as it is. And if there's a metal like lead that I can work with at a lower temperature in something that's metal, so it doesn't break down, wear down nearly as fast as the graphite does, then that is to my advantage, and I can save the graphite for the higher, temperature metals, the silver and the brass and the copper, stuff like that. So we're just doing unboxing. This is just off Amazon. There were a few different ones. A lot of the ones I looked at had a corded handle, so I'm guessing there's a heating element in this, but I wanted one where it heats it up separately and then you can lift it out. That way you have a free range of motion when you go to pour, just like when you pull the crucibles out of your furnace with tongs, you have free range of motion. So I didn't want to be connected to a cord doing that. So we'll go ahead and unbox this, see what's in the box, and should be pretty straightforward setting it up. So this is called a Molten Masters electric melting pot. That's the manual, pretty short. I think it's just, 2 pages. So I'm wondering, okay, main power switch and micro switch. I was wondering why it had 2 switches there, so I'll look into that. All right, so here is the pot and the handle. It's got a wooden handle so that hopefully that doesn't transfer heat, burn your hand when that heats up. But that's, nice thickness. Seems solid and well made. I'd prefer it if that was, more horizontal, but that should be fine. And I think there's nothing left in the box. I got some nice thick padding around it, so they take care to make sure it doesn't get damaged. And that's all there is to that. So just a booklet, and then there it is with the heating element that transfers up. And pretty simple. There's how it's all wired up underneath. And let me see how much cord we got here. Okay, and that should be enough to reach up here where I plug my other stuff in. Well, looks good. In fact, I'll just unplug my splitter and plug directly into the extension cord there. I guess I'll have to have it facing the other way since my cord's over there. There. That's better. All right, so it's all set up now. Simple. All right, so I read up on it, and this is the main switch to turn it on and off. And this they call the micro switch. When that is off, it will, I believe it shuts off when you pull this up. So it'll know when the pot's down there to heat up. When you pull it up, it starts cooling down. So it just kills power to that. When you flick that switch, it will remain hot. It won't cool down when you take it off. And so that just gives you the option of having it cool down when you go to pour versus if you're gonna be doing a lot, you can just have it continually staying hot, which I might do if I'm doing lots of pours, or if you've seen in other videos, I can get lead. I have an unlimited just about supply of lead because my local gun range lets me take all the spent bullets at the end and do whatever I want with them. So it said to let this heat with nothing in it for 3 to 5 minutes before you attempt to melt something. So I've just got these clipped off pieces of lead from when I poured some weights and whatnot. And so I'm just gonna melt those down into a bar, and I think I'll consolidate them with this lead bar as well. So at some point I'll put it in there. See, it's smoking. Just because it's new, you know, there's always a layer of something on there. So they said first time let it run about 3 to 5 minutes, burn that off, and then you can throw some stuff in there. Now it said that this can reach 750 degrees. Right now it's at close to 300, but we'll just let it run for a while and see how hot it gets according to this. Now the melting point of lead is 621, so we're almost hot enough to melt the lead. That said 626 towards the end. So it's hot enough to melt the lead, but obviously if it's hotter, it's more liquid, and then when you're moving it, you know, if it's warmer, it doesn't cool down too much before you can do something with it. So we'll have to preheat that crucible as well, or not the crucible, the mold I'm going to pour it into. But it is warming up pretty good. It's at about, yep, hot enough to do lead. And okay, this is warm to the touch. You know, if you just brush by it, you're okay. But if I hold my hand there, you know, I want to jerk away. That noise was my elbow hitting the snowblower handle. But this is still good. Now, the instructions say to wear gloves, of course, for safety. So that's what you should do to follow the safety guidelines. But for me, I just want to see with this wood handle how well it does not conduct heat, so that if you did do it that way, how would it go? And this black metal, see that here, where the heating element is, it's hot, where it says masters there. But where the black is, it's not so hot. Now that's probably hot. I'm not gonna touch it. But this wood handle is not hot at all. This is not hot at all, holding it on. And the metal black here, it's warm to the touch, but it's not hot to where I'm jerking back like if I touch this part. So I guess I don't want to say you're fine not to use gloves since they say to use gloves, but that's how you're going to see me do it. All right, well, it said it does 750. Looks like it's reaching that. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this lead in there and see how well it melts. And let it kind of move around, get an even distribution of heat before I move over to pour it. I'm going to see if that's cooling down like it says. It is cooling down, but that thing's, you know, probably over 1,000 degrees when it's engaged. If you could see it now, well, maybe you can see it there. It's not as red as it was. Having a problem getting that out. That's probably why a lot of these lead weight molds have like handles on them. You pull them open and get your stuff out. But I'll let that cool down. Maybe it'll shrink a little as it cools. And we'll get it out. There's a nice, neat chunk of lead. It'll fit right in our pot there. That was some water from me quenching this, just turning into steam. But yep, consolidated those clip off ugly things into a little ingot that I can reuse. See, the thing about lead is its melting point so low that it doesn't take long for your stuff to cool down. You know, now if I held that for a while, it'd be uncomfortable, but if I was pouring copper, silver, something like that, and I touched it like this, I mean, I would have some issues on my fingers. They'd be burned pretty bad. But with lead, things cool down pretty quick. In fact, let's just see. 147 degrees. So uncomfortable to hold for a while, but if you touch it, you know, it's no big deal. This over here is down to 350, 400, depending on where you hit it. This outside part, okay, I'm going to touch it and see if it's actually, it feels pretty warm to me still, but yeah, 180 or so. Over here a little hotter. So that stuff's going to be uncomfortable to the touch for a while. But your mold should cool down quick. Okay, it's all cooled down now. Cool enough to handle it. You know, the metal here is normal temperatures. That's like Arizona summer temperatures, so we're good to touch it. And this stuff is a little stubborn, but it kind of just sort of peels out of there good. Can see some already peeled out, and here's some. I guess my hand's in the way, so I can't really show you, but you just get a fingernail or something up under there. I didn't want to use a screwdriver because it'll I don't want to scratch this coating on it, but yeah, anyway, I think you get the idea. You can just kind of work it out of there. There may be a way, I'll have to look online, maybe some secret way I don't know about, to get that lead out that sticks in there. But yeah, I mean, I would recommend it. Straightforward, easy, simple to use. You have your free range of motion. I guess a corded one, if there's a heating element there, it keeps it hot all the way to your pour. That might be something to consider if you think that would make more sense for you. But for me, you know, pouring out of these things all the time, the crucibles and all that stuff, I mean, to me, it's easy to grab it and go. So yeah, I think that'll work out good. I'll probably be doing a lot of lead now because it was kind of a hassle to use that one and my crucibles and all that. I kind of like the convenience and simplicity of this, and it wasn't that much. So that will conclude this unboxing and I guess kind of review video on this Masters lead melting. Now, I mean, 750 degrees, so you could do 10, and you know, there's other metals too, but it's marketed as a lead melting pot there. So there you go.